So I actually feel quite bad for McLaren, really. I mean, they came into the sport with all the enthusiasm, purchasing the previous championship winning team, Mercedes, but ultimately they've not been able to perform this year. Now, is that their fault, or are Nissan to partly blame for that? Now, I did another video not so long ago asking the problems around Nissan and why they haven't been able to perform and the fact that they should have done. But let's be honest, McLaren have got their own part to play in this as well. I mean, don't forget, they are responsible for their own driver lineup, and they are responsible for how they run their software package on their power plant. So it'd be interesting to see if they can develop and tweak their own power plant, perhaps maybe away from the scrutiny of Nissan. Be quite interesting to see how that one plays out. So yes, I do feel McLaren have been a little bit dampened by the fact they're running that poor performing Nissan plant. But they have had some good races this season. So don't forget, Rust and Hughes have had some really good performances. They've led races, they've performed well, they've had some great overtakes. Yes, Hughes' inexperience has shone through occasionally, but ultimately he's put in a pretty stellar performance. Now, it will be interesting when Sam Bird comes over for the start of the 2024 season as to whether or not he can bring anything from the Jaguar team from a software development point of view, or even from a performance driver related point of view. However, I think McLaren probably were expecting to get more out of this than what they were, maybe. Perhaps they were thinking that they didn't need to pump so much money into the sport. I mean, let's be honest, they are big players in many other sports out there. So perhaps maybe they're not giving this the due diligence that perhaps maybe a brand like McLaren should. Personally, I still think McLaren should go and build their own power plant. I mean, I can see some real world benefits to it. I think it'd be fantastic for their road cars, and possibly they could translate that over into their Formula One team. I think they could actually make this a very, very good test bed for them. Unfortunately, McLaren have come out and said that they're not going to be developing their own power plant. With their committed future to the sport, I really, really would like to see more from them. And I think they could really, really spice things up if they brought some of their road car technology and Formula One car technology into the sport. And I think they could have a power unit to be contended with. But we'll just have to see.